team includes doctors dedicated to non-surgical approaches, surgeons specializing in advanced
Talk 1470 is WWNN Pompano Beach and 95.3 FM W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
AM 1470 WNN, with more of what you need to know.
Get all the latest on health with caller health questions and comments, breaking health news, the health alternative, outrage, and mystery of the week. Dr. Bob Martin Show, Sundays at 10 a.m.
Dr. Candace Colella of Colella Cosmetic Dentistry in Coconut Creek provides family and cosmetic dentistry for patients of all ages and is the only dentist in South Florida offering Solea laser dentistry. No pain, no anesthesia, no shots. With over 23 years of experience, Dr. Colella does fast braces, dental implants, veneers, and more. She can even finish off your smile with Botox, fillers, and lip augmentation. Call 954-428-6923 or visit yoursensationalsmile.com.
Now you can get Talk 1470 WNN on 95.3 FM too. Loud and clear, Health and Wealth Radio, WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
It's the Becky and Boca Show, coming to you live every Thursday night at 6 p.m. from glamorous downtown Boca Raton. I'll show you how to live life in style in one of the country's most elegant cities, nestled right along the beautiful Atlantic beaches between Palm Beach and Miami. So sit back, relax, and let me show you how to indulge yourself Boca style. They turn the bell on. They're running around. Hello, welcome to the Becky and Boca Show. I am here tonight with Siggy Flicker from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Woo-hoo! Say hi, Siggy. There you are. Isn't she gorgeous?
Hi, everybody.
And you can call in. The number is 888-565-1470. And Siggy said she will answer any questions that we have for her.
That is correct.
I want to start out real quickly, though, to say that Siggy and Dolores are going to be here in Boca Raton on December 28th in Meisner Park to do a show with me. And it's going to be a similar thing. We're going to take questions on social media, and we're going to have them all ready for her and Dolores to talk about. And I know there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. I think Dolores said her ex-husband might even be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can talk about
My
that.
ex-husband's going to be here, too.
Your ex-husband and your current husband?
Yes.
Everybody's going to be in that theater that night?
Yes.
Okay, don't miss it. You can look on my Facebook page, Becky and Boca Show Facebook, or you can go to MeisnerParkCulturalCenter.com to get the tickets. And it's going to be a lot of fun. That's December 28th, right in Meisner Park, in a little theater that nobody even knows is there, right next to
it's so
Yard
pretty.
House. Yeah,
so
that'll be
pretty.
a nice time of year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nice little theater. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
And you know, Clive Daniel is decorating the set for us.
That's
that
so
beautiful,
nice.
That beautiful furniture store. So
that's great.
Everybody's got to come to that. And I've known Siggy for a while now, and she is just the warmest, most fun person. She's fantastic. But I want Siggy to tell me what's been going on the show there.
Oh,
they've been portraying. I watch it. I'm like, that's not the Siggy I know.
I know. But that's what you sign up for.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of things are taken out of context, but I have to own that. That weekend, I thought, when you think that everything is going to go great, and all of a sudden the energy shifts, and there are people on the trip that are, jabbing at you. We filmed for like 10, 15 hours, and you're seeing one sentence.
I know, and they use little sound bites to get you, and you might have said something about someone else. And
no. It's just like little things are taken out of context. Like, I'm the most talented person in the world. Do I think
you are?
No. I think I'm talented. I don't know about in the world, but when I say I'm the most talented person in the world when it comes to building people up and
they cut that part out.
No, just the energy. But it is a TV show, so you have to make it juicy and you have to make it balanced. If you're going to show a cake go across the floor in a restaurant, then you're also going to have to show that the hostess was a little bit obnoxious over the weekend. I get it; it comes with the territory, but. Show is doing amazing. Ratings are
everybody's talking about
Everyone is talking about it, and that's, I guess, what what the
That's
goal
good.
was.
Right,
the goal
right.
was is that
Right.
when it's too boring and it's too nice, no one talks about it.
Right. But last year you were portrayed as the nice one.
Well, last year the drama had nothing to do with me. Last year
Yeah.
you saw Teresa and Jacqueline, a 16-year friendship, fall apart. And towards the end, you saw Melissa and Jacqueline, a 6-year friendship, fall apart. And, I was just getting to know everybody. Jacqueline brought me on, and I just met Teresa for the first time. And I liked her off the bat. She's been nothing but amazing to me. So I was like, oh, my God, how can I help you guys become friends? This season, I bring on somebody, and instead of her doing what I did with Jacqueline and Teresa last season,
I noticed that.
She's like, listen, I'm going to take Siggy apart, and I'm going to, instead of, making nice, she inflamed the situation and fueled the fire. So a lot of my anger is frustrated with that particular situation.
Yeah, you brought her on, right?
Yes, I brought her on.
Wow.
But the only way to describe, and not that it's, the only way to describe it is if you're in a boxing ring and you're being punched over and over again, you're not going to lie down. I was not lying down. I was getting right back up and fighting right back and getting loud and doing it. And at the end of the day, when I look back at it, I let certain people get the best of me.
Yeah.
And I have to own that. There is no way of not owning that. But there's, when you plan a trip for your friends, there's just so much that went into it.
I love that you did it
and
in
not only
Boca.
that, they don't show that Monday night New York Prime. I had everybody come.
I know, I was there.
I know you were there.
Yeah, it looked great from my view, but the way they cut it.
The way they cut it. When I walked in, I was so happy because we were also 3 hours late. We had some,
yes, I remember that.
We had some
talk to you about that.
Yeah, we had some complications getting there. And walking in, all I wanted to really do was thank everybody.
For coming and sticking.
Am I loud? Absolutely. Am I over the top? Absolutely.
But you've always owned that.
But
That's just your personality.
That's my tagline. Some people think, but the way that they portrayed it of like people, like no one was shaking their, I mean, that's my favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
I walked in there
It's a
last
great
night,
place.
but I understand why they did it because people are talking about it. So it's good for the show. But at the end of the day, even when Joshua called me and he's like, Mom, why
that didn't look like you.
Yeah, why are they doing that to you? I'm like,
does
Josh,
it bother you?
I have to say, I'm the kind of person where I care a lot what people think. So I take out the time to answer people. But after a while, you could only defend, people are going to think whatever they think.
And I think a lot of people know they heavily edit these. I mean, I watched it knowing that.
But I'm saying I don't blame them for thinking that. If I was living, in watching Jersey Housewives and I'm living somewhere across the world or across the country, and if I was not getting the back end story of it and just seeing, somebody that over the top and, thinking that I just walk into any restaurant like that. It's like, I would think, wow, this woman is like not my cup of tea. So I don't blame them. What I do is, I try not, I used to answer everybody, but now it's getting like so overwhelming because so many people are watching it. There's so many opinions and,
You know what I like? The show is mostly about you. So
no, I don't think
that's
it's well.
good.
I don't think the show is mostly about me. But what Andy said to me the other day, and he made a very good point. He goes, you try to balance it out. So you can't just have Siggy coming on like last year and wanting to make peace.
Yeah.
This year, somebody is in my face, making no excuses for it. Saying, I know you welcomed me in. I don't care. I am taking you down.
Hard to believe.
And to me, shocking how you'll see how it all pans out.
Yeah.
It was just shocking to me, but I don't blame anybody because the way that you see it is the way that they edit it, and it comes with the territory. Once we sign on to do a show like this,
you have no
we
control.
sign away our lives.
Right.
And I say to everybody, that's why I like doing shows like this because you can't edit this. But you signed on, and it comes with the territory.
Oh, I know. I've talked to other people on reality TV shows, and they're always afraid of the way it's going to be edited.
And guess
because
what?
you don't know until you actually see it.
But you asked me if I get hurt by it, I would have to lie and say no. But at the end of the day, I'm focusing on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that I'm out there. When I first started the show, the platform is so amazing and contagious that I had, I think about, 15,000 books in a storage facility, and I'm down to 300. I mean,
right. So you're not complaining.
No, for people to have write your own fairy tale.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great book.
And I know it's helping people. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the abuse.
Yeah,
I'll take it. And a lot of things have come from this show. So you got to take the good and the bad.
No,
yes,
I understand. I think we have some callers. Can we put somebody through?
Okay,
let's hear who's on here. Hello.
Hi, it's Sophie from California.
Hi, Sophie. I love your name. Yeah.
Hi. So after watching the show last night, I'm seeing all the reaction on social media. I kind of took away from it that it was mainly anti-Siggy. And I hear what you're saying about the show's highly edited and whatnot. But we've seen Teresa's craziness, and I'm not discrediting her brains or IQ or whatnot. We've seen Melissa's fighting, and I know those girls get a little crazy, but I think it was just so shocking, Siggy, to see you in this light because even as a stranger, we kind of hold you to a higher standard because of your background and a relationship expert, and we just all, me and a bunch of girlfriends were watching it last night, and we're like, wow, we get that they were overreacting, but your comments were pretty hard, and two wrongs don't make a right. And I just kind of took from it, because my name is Sophie. I thought,
no, you're entitled to your. You are entitled to your opinion, and one thing that and I'm going to own it, but on this show I wasn't hired to be a relationship expert on this show, and I understand that people hold me to a higher ground, but the show is called Real Housewives of New Jersey, not Little House on the Prairie, and for some reason nobody wants the cookie cake. Nobody wants the Little House on the Prairie. But in this particular situation is when people come to me and they feel like they are being, singled out and targeted or needled or bullied or harassed, I never tell them to lay down and ask the person who's doing it what position they want them in. This was a weekend-long trip, and what you're seeing is 2 minutes here, 1 minute here, 30 seconds there. I can't say more that this girl got underneath my skin. It was almost like she was allowed to be over the top and eccentric and talk about her cheating scandals and putting pot on her puss, but I was not allowed to react my way. So when people see, wow, Siggy's actually a human, somebody actually got underneath her skin and, saying, okay, what you did, when somebody does something like that, the minute the cake was thrown across the floor, it no longer became about the cake. It became about the fact that, hey, I just wanted you to acknowledge my feelings. So if somebody, not discount me, and surely not the person who I brought on the trip to then mock me when I'm not around, instead of bringing, because I got so upset was, I was being jabbed and needled, all weekend long by this chick, and I never saw it coming. I was blindsided by that. So I must not be that good at what I do because I was blindsided by that. But B, I really do love Teresa and Melissa, and me, Dolores, Teresa, and Melissa have a common bond. We've always gotten along, and it was just really, really shocking that when you're fighting with somebody, and they're like, "No, I was expecting a sorry from you," and at that time, it's happening to me, and I'm going, "What did you just say?" A lot of things happened, and especially after not being invited to do the memorial for Teresa's mom, I was really, really hurt by that. And yes, we did get a text message to do a group yoga. We weren't interested in being with the group or doing a yoga. But if we would have gotten a text message that, there was a wreath being brought and you're going to bring it to my club and we're going to do a memorial for Teresa, I would have gotten in there. I would have gotten in the car and been right
so
there.
You didn't know?
No, I knew. We had a group.
No.
Danielle did send out a text in the morning about meeting for yoga, but I just looked at that text and what the hell do I want to do yoga for after what happened last night?
I don't think I'd be up for that either.
It's not even about the yoga. I was just so upset about the night before.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, if somebody called you up and said, "Hey, you want to go ballroom dancing?" I said, "Listen, I've got other things on my mind right now." I was upset about it. All I really was thinking about is just wanted to talk to Teresa and Melissa, and maybe I should have called them now looking back, but I didn't. I really thought that they were going to say, "Hey, you know what?" In my mind, I'm thinking they're going to call me and say, "You know what? I know you planned it. I know that the pastry chef at the Boca Hotel.
That was a beautiful cake.
No, but the pastry chef at the Boca Hotel and Resort who
is watching.
Not only made it, but he spent all day making it.
And he probably watched it go on the floor.
Yes, and it's just like, you know what, Siggy? Even if Teresa or Melissa would have said, "We don't think it's a big deal," we'll throw cakes next week in a restaurant. I would have to say, you're entitled to your opinion. I have to respect that. But you know what? You've been nothing but a good friend to us, and we have a great friendship, so we're sorry that you're hurt. We don't want to apologize about the cake being thrown across the floor. Fair? But to me, it was almost like I was being put up against the wall, and I wasn't just going to be like, okay, that's how I felt at that time.
Yeah.
Did I overreact? Yeah, I overreacted. Okay. Put me up against the wall. But I understand the comments, and I understand what people are saying.
Okay.
And I accept it.
Well, I'm not.
Go ahead, Sylvie.
I'm not mad at you, Sig. We'll always be your fan.
No, it's listen.
I just want to.
Yes, it's a show. I get it.
That no matter what was going on, you look stunning.
Oh, I don't know about stunning, but thank you so much. I did a lot of crying.
She looks great.
I am soggy flicker.
But you always do.
I always cry.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Well, you're also going to see on the show. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but. And it's not making. I've always been a crier, Becky. You've known me for years.
It's the first time I met you.
I'm sensitive. I am. I'm a crier, but I talk about it a lot. I have hormone fluctuations that you're going to see how it pans out on the show. I had a full hysterectomy, and not by choice. And even when Margaret says she's going to talk about not having a uterus. Well, I'm sorry, it happened to me. And the fact is, your ovaries do control your emotional state. And when your ovaries are yanked out of your body and you're already an emotional person, you're only going to go from a level 3 to a level 10. Yeah. And I'm not even using that because I'm an emotional person anyway. But the fact is that I am going through some things that I've taken care of, and we'll all find out what it is. But I was just pushed to a point where it was like, oh, really? You're going to discount me? I'm going to now show you I'm going to be tough, and I'm not backing down.
You mad.
Yeah, it got me mad, and it got underneath my skin, and it does continue a little bit longer, unfortunately.
The fight's not over.
The fight's not over, and I know I'm going to have to deal with the negative comments, but I deal with them. I have a team of people who block and delete them, so I don't even see, because they know how sensitive I am. But because I would be answering every person if I could, wouldn't I? I would be answering everybody saying, "No, you don't understand. I didn't mean," but I can't. So I have to own it and accept it. And thank you. And
thank you, Sophie, for calling in.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
That name
From California, Sophie from California. Okay, so. What I liked about your show was you really showed off our city very well. Boca Raton is beautiful, but it was even more beautiful through your camera people. And I mean, I really enjoyed watching it for that aspect.
Yeah. Well, this is the town where my babies were born.
I was going to say, what is your connection here?
Yes, I moved here with my first husband, Mark Flicker. People always say, why do you say first and last names? It's just, and they're like, you have an accent. It's not that I have an accent. I enunciate all the wrong syllables in all words. No, but I moved here when I married Mark, and we had babies here.
Yeah.
And, Dr. Consker delivered
you went to their house on the show.
Sophie and Joshua, and Lori's my best friend here. And so when production said, we take 2 trips a year, does anybody have any suggestions? I'm like, let's go to Boca because I could get us into the restaurants, and I have the beach club there.
The whole place.
And we could spend one night at my place cooking. And I wanted to make it really, special and nice. And I said, and everything that Teresa and Melissa went through, God bless them. I said, oh my God, when you go to a place and you don't have to waste time doing research, like New York
you already
Crime.
know Boca.
Trattoria Romana. I mean,
you know your favorite places.
Like everywhere, I'm like, oh my God, I could really show these girls a great time, and it could be great, and we could just have fun. So I went into it with all the best intentions, but I was blindsided there, and then it turned bad.
Why do you think that one person that you brought in was so negative about you? I mean, I would be very grateful if I were her.
Listen. Chemistry is magic. When you have chemistry with somebody, you have chemistry with somebody. If Margaret thought that I was anything over the top we don't have history. So I met Margaret through a mutual friend, Jody Goldberg, in our town. And I've only heard nothing but nice things about her. So I was like, oh my God, I rolled out the red carpet. I want you to come, and you're like Margaret Stewart. And that's why I was blindsided.
Yeah,
because
I could see why you would be.
It's not like she could say, oh, I know what Siggy's kitchen looks like, or I went on vacation with Siggy and she's not whatever. the first night of her taking jabs at my husband when she had never met him before. You say something about my kids, you say something about my husband, I'm sorry, you're going to see the ugly side of me. And that's what came out.
Do you think she was doing it to antagonize you?
I think that, listen, I like to give everybody credit where credit is due. And I want to give everybody like a soft. See, I know that she's putting up a lot of things on social media. I don't know because once I don't like somebody or their energy is not for me, I block them.
You blocked her?
Right away. So
blocked.
I don't see anything, but I want to give credit where credit is due. And I'm not making excuses for her. I'm not sure where all this came from, but I could tell you one thing for a fact. There's a lot of pressure for us to not perform, to be us, but there's a lot of pressure because we want to make a good show.
Right. You want people to watch. You want people to be interested. Good ratings.
If I hear that, 3 years ago, I might have not said hi to her in a clothing store, I'll be shocked because usually when, like, if I had her number in my phone, I've never met her kids. She's never met mine. She doesn't know Michael. It's shocking to me that she would say, when I look up man in the dictionary, I don't see a picture of Michael Campanella.
Yeah,
so when you're attacking my husband, you're going to get the snarky sig. And then I'm looking around and I'm looking at my friends being hi. It was just bizarre to me. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't understand what's going on here. And I guess I should have just handled it in a different way. But, a lot of people can look at a situation when it's happening and say, you should have. But when you're going through the situation
and you feel like you're
and
attacked,
you're blindsided. When I say blindsided, if you would have told me going to Boca that the person who I'm introducing and bringing in, and I was so excited, and then you're watching the show and you're seeing, whoa, she's rolling her eyes.
You didn't know any of that was going on.
You know what you could say to me? Siggy's loud and annoying. I own it. I'm loud and annoying. But
that's your tagline, not the annoying part. You're not annoying.
But I am annoying. No, you're not. Honey, I'm annoying to a lot of people. I get that. I've had it all my life. You want to say, oh my God, Siggy acts crazy sometimes. I get it. I own it. I've heard it since the age of 6. But I always have good intentions. I would never, ever blindside somebody like that. I would maybe say, oh, you know what? Not for me. Or have a conversation with me and say, you know what? When I'm around. But the way it just went down to me was shocking. And when I'm blindsided, the Israeli fighter in me comes out. And I said, I'm not backing down from this.
Yeah, no, good for you.
So, unfortunately, you're seeing a lot of, you're trashy, you're acting like, a lot of those things I regret saying. I felt like, the act itself was trashy. But listen, me pouring a glass of wine at the table, which also came up.
A little wine. I saw that.
No, but even if it was a little bit of wine, it was still silly for me to do. But they're not showing you before, like when somebody's taking digs at you and talking about your husband.
They edit it so that you don't realize
and anything that you're saying, they keep going. So I was like, okay, enough. Now, was it silly of me? No, yes. Was it mature? It was very immature to do. But at the end of the day, people are like
shooters. People spill wine there all the time.
I'm just saying, and then the other thing is, people are allowed to say, "Listen, you spilled wine. They threw a cake across the floor. It's the same thing."
No,
listen, but everyone's entitled to their opinion, so I don't blame people for feeling that way. It's just I can't get to every single person and explain my side. Some people are going to get it, and some people are not. But people are tuning into the show.
Yeah, I know. It's very interesting.
Yes,
so maybe
it's
maybe they know what they're doing when they act up like that.
No, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay, why don't we take another caller?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Louis from Staten Island. Hi, Siggy.
Hi, Louis.
Oh, I just love you. I had like 2 questions. They're really not long, but how do you feel so far about Danielle, and how do I get you to come to Staten Island for to talk about your book? Because I'm dying to have questions.
I'd love to come to Staten Island. Last time I was there, I had the best time there. Had my hair done there, Staten Island. Danielle was a fabulous addition, and when I say that, when you're creating a TV show. And this is where it goes, where I say to people, I wasn't hired to be a relationship expert on the show. I was hired because you really want characters on the show. And for her to be in this dynamic, it brought out some things in Dolores, my best friend. Margaret brought out some things in me. You're getting different dynamics and different personalities that clash every once in a while. But I could tell you that, being with her, she's extremely professional. And She knows how to make great TV. That's what I could say about Danielle. And I'll say it over and over again. I might not agree, Louis, because I got to be honest, with everything Danielle says and does. And you'll see how it all folds out. But I have to say, professional and TV gold, that's always going to stay my opinion.
That's great. Well, at least you're there. I mean, because you're the ultimate from there. I mean,
I don't know the ultimate. The ultimate for me, and I'll say this to anybody, is Teresa Giudice. I can't say her name. She's just so TV worthy that I just watch her and the things that come out of her mouth. She is to me the most authentic housewife. And when I say this, and people take this as a negative, it's a positive. Teresa is not calculate. She doesn't. When I say she doesn't think before she speaks, it's because she's nothing with her is calculate. It just comes right out.
Like throwing the cake?
No, it's just because
that was spontaneous.
It was not only spontaneous. Teresa actually did it because she wanted to lighten the mood. And I know people don't understand. They're going to say I'm kissing her ass. I'm not kissing her ass. I have a true friendship with her. I adore her. She does nothing but good things and says nice things about me. I talk to her every day on the phone. I love my friendship with her. She wasn't the one who upset me. She wasn't. Okay. I can't pretend that she was. Did I hate the fact that this beautiful cake was being tossed? But there were so many things that happened before that. And truth of the matter is, she was trying to lighten the mood, and things just got out of control.
It looked like you kind of salvaged the cake, though. You brought it back up on the table.
No, she had a great throw, though. The cake landed.
It landed on.
It didn't even land back,
like a frisbee.
That's her yoga arms. There. No, but the cake landed.
What'd you do with it afterwards?
They didn't show this, but
you put the stuff on the top.
I was picking up the icing because I felt bad for this adorable waiter, Josh. He was like, what the hell?
He's like, what is going on here?
And I remembered his name because I have a Josh. And just picked up the icing, and then we just left. And it was just, very tense. But
that answer your question, Louis?
It sure did. Oh, of course it did. Thank you, Siggy.
Oh, thank you
for
Louis.
calling.
No problem.
Okay, so how about another caller? I know we have a few lined up here. We want to get to them. Hello? Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, talk a little bit louder.
Hi, this is Kim calling from Gladwin, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Kim.
I actually met you at your book signing in Devon, Pennsylvania, and I just love you.
Oh, thank you. Pennsylvania, we are Penn State.
Yes,
that where Josh goes?
We are.
I'm going to my first football game next weekend. Penn State versus Michigan.
Oh, that's going to be
It's going to be a whiteout. Joshua's like, don't embarrass me, Mom. I'm like, honey, you know that I am. But at least when I'm yelling there, no one will hear me.
Yeah, you'll be good there.
It's 100,000 people in that stadium.
Do you have a question for Siggy?
So much fun.
Do you have a question for Siggy?
Yes, I was actually going to ask if you are planning on writing another book, because I love your current book.
Good question.
Yeah. I am writing another book about divorce. It's called Divorce Done Right, and I have a children's book about bullying coming out soon.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Awesome.
So that's in the works. Right now, I'm just trying to get through the season. It's a tough one. I'm trying to get through the season, and like right now, I was supposed to be here doing an event, and I had to cancel it because I really do have to spend some. I have a husband who I'm not about. I mean, the best thing that ever happened to me, and I called up Becky, and I'm like, Becky, we're gonna have to do an event in December because
we postponed it to December 28th when
Yes.
Siggy will be back in town, and we're going to do it to be fantastic.
But I'm just trying to relax right now and spend as much time as I can with my husband right now, and not get. But yes, plans are coming out, and
another book or 2 books.
Yes,
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, enjoy your time with your family, and never. I feel like you shouldn't have to explain yourself. You're one of the realest housewives.
Oh, thank you. No, but I do because, people get engaged in a show and it's so sweet. The thing that's frustrating to me is anybody who's ever followed me, I truly, and people yell at me for this, I want to answer everybody back. And sometimes my husband will turn around. It's like 3 a.m. He's like, honey. What are you doing? And I'm like, but wait, this person just said something and I want to retweet or I want to answer. And he's like, once the show got on the air, now there's no physical way that I could do it, and that really bothers me that I can't answer good and bad. So I think that my PR and my manager are like deleting and they're like blocking and they're blocking or deleting or doing something, but they're not allowing me on social media as much because they know that I get
takes up too much of your time.
I'm the type. My personality is I'm all in or I'm all out.
Yeah,
and I guess that's the Gemini in me, the crazy in me. It's when I do something, I am controlling. Somebody called me controlling on this show. 100%, I'm OCD and I'm a control queen. I'm owning it. But like in my house, everything is so neat.
I saw that video of you showing
You won't find a battery in the pencil drawer.
You got to come over and fix up my house.
No, I freak out. Everything is labeled. Fat jeans, skinny jeans.
Saw that. You have a label maker.
A label machine. Wow. But somebody's like, she's controlling, and I do like to control things. I admit that. I that's something that I need to work at. No, I am controlling, but so when people write to me, it's crazy. I want to write everybody, but I can't. Michael's like, honey, I want to be with you, and I'm like, you know what? You're right, honey. I'm just gonna put it away. So
okay, so I think we got to go to commercial here, and then we'll be back right after the break. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tighten skin on your face, neck, and body and lose fat at Ageless Body Sculpting Plus, located at 445 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton, where you'll find scientific technologies, including the latest acoustic lipolyzer, which uses ultrasound for immediate and permanent results. No surgery, diet, or exercise. If you don't lose inches, you don't pay. Call 561-654-0177 for your free consultation.
Serendipity Consignment Boutique is unlike any other consignment shop you have ever seen. Lisa has the most beautiful and immaculate designer bags, clothes, shoes, and accessories. It's a designer candy store. So go check out Serendipity Consignment Boutique, Glades Plaza, 2200 Glades Road, Boca Raton, or visit their website at consignmentboca.com. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge in downtown Boca Raton does fabulous professional makeup application. Make an appointment today and see how glamorous you can look. Call 561-409-4065 to book your appointment. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge is located at 233 South Federal Highway on the first floor of the Boca Grand Building in Boca Raton. The number again is 561-409-4065.
Dr. Candace Colella of Colella Cosmetic Dentistry in Coconut Creek provides family and cosmetic dentistry for patients of all ages and is the only dentist in South Florida offering Solea laser dentistry. No pain, no anesthesia, no shots. With over 23 years of experience, Dr. Colella does fast braces, dental implants, veneers, and more. She can even finish off your smile with Botox, fillers, and lip augmentation. Call 954-428-6923 or visit yoursensationalsmile.com.
You've been listening to and watching The Becky and Boca Show. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge in downtown Boca Raton does fabulous professional makeup application. Make an appointment today and see how glamorous you can look. Call 561-409-4065 to book your appointment. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge is located at 233 South Federal Highway on the first floor of the Boca Grand Building in Boca Raton. The number again is 561-409-4065. And now, back to the show.
Okay, we're back for the second half of the Becky and Boca Show. I'm here with Siggy Flicker from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. We now have a little studio audience in here. Lisa and Ivy joined us from the Beauty Lounge.
Yay!
You were lip busting. So
we love Ivy Lee's.
Yeah,
we
so
love
you
them.
coming in
They're
on some of this
talented girls.
We have, I believe, Dolores Catania is calling in.
She's Dolores.
I don't know if she's on. Dolores, are you here?
Hi.
Dolores.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, love.
Hi,
Dolores. Now we're doing an event with Dolores December 28th in Boca. Oh,
applause for Dolores.
Hey, Dolores. So, Dolores, you'll be with us here in December.
Girl, hi. I'm putting on my own makeup right now, which is always a disaster.
Turn that off. Okay, what'd you say, Dolores?
I said I need Ivy Lee's girls here right now because I'm putting on my own makeup and it's a disaster.
Oh no, they're lifesavers. I couldn't do the show without them.
I would be there every day.
We miss you. We love you.
Move to Boca. You can get your makeup done by them every day.
Oh, trust me.
Me and Vicky have plans to be there in the future. Two old ladies on the beach.
Yes, no. I say to Dolores, besides December 28th, in the next couple of years, I already found a place for Dolores here. We will be getting all together with our you take the good. You take what is that song? The Golden Girls or
the Golden Girls?
Whatever. Yeah, we're gonna be like with our canes, with our Spanx. And
well, this is a good. But you never grow old in Boca. We got plastic surgeons. We got all sorts of stuff.
Dr. Handel. We got Dr. Albert. Yeah. I mean, we got everything.
This is where you come and maintain.
This is where I come and do my maintenance.
Right. So, Dolores.
Yes, love.
Okay, so you're going to be with us on December 28th. We're going to be in Meisner Park, and you and C are going to be answering questions that people send in. So it'll be very interesting. It'll be a really nice evening. We're going to do a meet and greet in the beginning. Go ahead.
I said Siggy and I are very, very good at answering questions because we're not liars, and we don't hide behind anything, and we tell the truth, and we're very honest about our lives.
Now, is your ex-husband going to be there in the theater that night?
Yes, he is.
The one that's now living with you, even though you're dating somebody, right?
I only have one, yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So he's going to be there that night, and we can ask him questions too?
There's a good chance my boyfriend will be there.
Oh, good. Well,
yes.
We'll put your boyfriend and your ex-husband on stage, and we'll ask them questions. Now I'm going to scare her.
Both men that a lot of women could get an honest answer from on the mistakes they've made in their life.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And I think your cousin's going to be there too, right?
Tanya.
My cousin Tanya, yes.
Yes.
Oh, baby. I don't know if she's coming back to Jersey for that time, but if she's in Boca, she'll be there.
She'll be there. So it's going to be very interesting. And your husband's going to be there too, right, Siggy?
My husband's going to be here, and my ex-husband's going to be here as well.
Oh, boy, we got two ex-husbands and two current husbands in the house. People don't want to miss that.
We as you know, of the show, I come to Boca because my babies are born here, and all my mommy and me friends are here.
Yeah.
But we have a townhouse here. And so, because when we were staying at the resort, I was getting, we were getting like 3 rooms. I have 4 kids, 2 stepchildren, 2 children, and so I said, why don't we just get a townhouse here so we could come here? We come here every month, and every Christmas we come here the day after Christmas because I celebrate Christmas as well. The day after Christmas, and I stay for the New Year's Eve party at the resort, and then we go back the next day. So
how fun.
If my children are here, the ex is, his parent, my in-laws, my ex-in-laws.
I know you travel with your ex-husband.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Well, he's a sweetheart. Mark is a sweetheart, and he found the perfect lid to his pot, Twee. She is the most unbelievable human being. And unlike me, she does not like the sound of her own voice. She's actually quiet and lets people talk. They're very happy, and they have a little baby, Liam.
Aww.
And they're just wonderful. But
all right, so everybody will be here on the 28th.
Siggy introduced them. I hope you know. Siggy introduced them.
Yeah. Now, Dolores, tell me why your ex-husband moved back into your house. Because I find that a little.
Well, Frank's homesick after 18 years, really, what could I say? I mean, he can try to cover up the fact that he's fighting with his girlfriend that he wants to come home.
Wait, really, why'd you let him move back in?
Well,
you have to know Dolores.
The company's nice. To have the company.
Well, how does your boyfriend feel about that?
His boyfriend and Frank are great friends.
It gives me, he loves Frank. Him and Frank call each other all the time. There was actually an article, Siggy, you didn't see it yet, about me and you talking about David being a bad boy, and Frank was actually getting upset. He's like, "Oh, you think David's a bad boy?" And then he called David. He's like, "Oh, did you see the new article?" And I'm like, "But Frank," and this is how I'm like, "But Frank, I said he's the size of your bicep," and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, but a lot of people don't understand this, and and it's you can't understand unless you're walking in our shoes.
Most people don't have an amicable relationship.
When you get divorced and you have children, and you get divorced, and there's not a lot of bitterness there. At a point in your life, if your ex wants to move in or for a short period of time,
he's not there permanently.
No, well, it seems like it's getting more permanent by the day, but it's okay. Listen.
Yeah, but she has all the room. She's got 5 bedrooms.
Got space. Okay.
Sometimes, if I could say no, and Michael would be like, "What? Mark wants to move."
Yeah, would your ex-husband? Would your husband want your ex-husband moving in?
No, he would not want it. But at the end of the day, he would do it. Why? Because if it makes Sophie and Joshua happy, and if he moved in and it was a temporary thing, not a permanent thing, and we have the room, well, why not? My kids would be over the moon. And when you have kids, you got to put your ego away for the sake of your children.
Right.
It's different.
Right. Yeah.
It's different, and Frankie and Gabby are happy.
Guys don't fight if you can get along.
Do you charge him rent, Dolores?
Huh?
Do you charge him rent?
Oh, no. Well, Frank's been paying the bills forever.
Now we know why you got to move back in.
I'm a fool.
They're so cute.
I don't care. Like, I want to be a big shot and pay my own bills. No. I went through a very short stage in my life. No, I want to save my money.
Right.
So cute. I can't. But this is why Dolores is like everything that a friend should like. She is true blue. What you see is what you get. And I've never met a person who thinks more about others than herself. Like, she's a true giver.
Yeah.
A true giver in life.
My God. I wouldn't be as confident as I am unless I had Siggy Flicker waking me up every day telling me I'm the most beautiful girl in the world.
She is.
The smartest girl in the world.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
I love her.
People need to tell themselves that and need to hear it. And, and she just doesn't say it. She pounds it into your head. Like, one of the things my son said about going to college was, Mom, I don't like waking up to hearing you and Siggy yelling at each other on the phone, but really you're just talking, but you're yelling. I don't miss that. I get to sleep.
Yeah, no, it was a life lesson, and it has come across like it has on the show as being extremely obnoxious and what's the word when somebody's in love with this? Narcissistic, right? But it was. Listen, I love myself, and it was a lesson that my mom taught me when we were living in Cherry Hill Colonial Apartments on Cooper Landing Road. My mother took me to a store called Bamberger's, and she said to me, "Siggy, I want you to always know your worth." And I'd be like, "What are you talking about? I just want a pair of jeans." And she'd be like, "Sigalit, look around. Do you see yourself over there where they have 70% off? Or over there where they put the fine jewelry behind the glass?" And I kept on thinking about, like, where do you see, like, in any situation, it's like, where am I going to place myself? And I have, like, I'm going to place myself where they put the fine jewelry, because if you don't love yourself, then don't expect anybody to love you.
And for a parent to instill self-confidence in a child is very important, because if they don't when they're young, they struggle the rest of their lives to try to get it.
And it's been the best thing. And I say to Sophie every day, and just like it was taken out of context on the show, I say to Sophie every morning, "You are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life."
That's very important.
And then but to myself, I'm thinking, Sophie, Kaya Gerber, like, hello, like, do I really need, she's the most beautiful? But I have that personality where I'll say, you're the most beautiful. And I love my husband. He's the best thing that ever happened to me in the world. Big heart, big personality, big love. And I say, if you go big or go home. Everybody out there has a story. Everybody out there has suffered in their life. Make the best of your life. If they're going to say about you, you love yourself too much. Oh, you can never love yourself too much.
I think that's a good thing.
You can't love yourself too much. And knowing your worth really has to do with, in relationships, don't settle for less than the best.
Don't be a doormat.
And that's where you saw in episode 1 and 2, what really came out of me is, when I feel like I'm being disrespected or discounted, it's because I put so much energy in making that friendship and being there for my friends.
And you build people up. So
I built people up since I was 6 years old.
I read your book.
And no, but I'm just, it's a gift. And when I say I'm the most talented, that's my only gift. I'm not.
That's a good talent.
No, but I'm just saying I'm not gifted in. Melissa took a couple of jump shots. I don't think I'm Madonna, and I don't think I'm Michael Jackson.
Can I just say what really happened at that table?
Wait, Dolores, go ahead.
Want to know what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
My Siggy doesn't even really get it. Okay, and haven't had the chance to really tell her.
Okay, tell us.
I rewatch it.
All right,
so
we're listening.
She sits there, and she has the Prince of the World, Michael Campanella. That yes, when you look in the dictionary under the word man, there's his picture. Yes, that's him. So she says, "Oh, I'm upset. He wants me to stay home." He asked her gently, like a gentleman, "Siggy, I'd like you to just spend a little more time home. You're doing a little much." Like a gentleman, he treats her like gold. He asked her nicely. It was a compromise because he just a little bit. He didn't say, "Give up your career. I'm the man."
He would never do that.
I'm the man.
And then they even show him coming to my event. There's no more supportive husband than that. I love him so much, and getting needled and jabbed. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, Dolores. There I go again. Shut up, Siggy.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Go ahead.
So now she's sitting at the table. She's a little babala. She's a little emotional. Pre-pellet.
Babala.
We love our Siggy pre-pellet. But she's emotional because we're drinking and this and that. But she starts to get the vibe in her stomach. Okay, now I can't say anything. I just sit back and watching everything happen. Now all of a sudden she's talking, and now they start berating and kind of talking down about Michael Campanella. Every single person there, except me, who you didn't see when I said, "He's not wrong, Siggy. This man asked you." Every man should say to their wife, "I'd like to spend a little more time with you."
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Just try to see. So, what's wrong with that? Nothing, right? But across the table, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, controlling. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, all of a sudden, jab. Now, Siggy now gets upset. Not really getting it, because when you're in the moment and you're in the thick of it, you don't realize what people are doing in that second sometimes, because it's a shock, because it's nothing she would do to them. So now they start berating Michael Campanella, and she's like, okay, enough, pours the glass, because she now, in her mind, still hasn't registered. She's not amongst friends or people that have the best intentions for her. She knows something's not right, but we haven't even processed it yet, right? So then from there, everything. Does that make sense, Siggy?
It really does make sense. Yes, it makes sense. I said to Becky, I was blindsided. I'm shocked
see it coming. And I don't want to talk about the show, but I want to be able to explain why she started to get upset. Because, like I said, your gut is saying something's not right. These people aren't being nice to me right now. But you just can't. It's happening so fast, and you're in it. You don't really know what's going on. And that's where the emotions and the defensiveness came up. Then they throw a cake. Yeah, if I give somebody a gift and they throw it on the floor, whatever, yeah, it's not nice. It hurts your feelings. But that's just a whole nother story. But right there, you have to see that the person sitting across the table from her that berates her husband in front of everyone in every situation, okay, is giving somebody bad advice. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. It's still, and I have to tell you, I still, it all happens so fast. And I always say this to people, and I'm not, when I fight dirty. I'm a dirty fighter. I fight dirty. I don't look at somebody when I'm fighting and say, "You're so beautiful." When I'm fighting and somebody's hurting me, I'm like, "You're the ugliest person in the world."
You're in defense mode.
I'm in defense mode. I got to own it. Yeah. And I've been this way all my life. I
see a lot of jealousy here.
I'm the nicest person, but you come at me sideways, and I'm a dirty fighter, and I say ugly things.
Margaret's very jealous of you. It's not a trait you would recognize because you don't have that.
So you think it was jealousy because you're in Boca Raton and Siggy was kind of...
Siggy has a very good life. She has a husband who loves her.
Yeah.
Everything is in its place. Everything in her house has its place. Her house is exactly the way she wanted it. In her life, everything is the way she wants it. And then she has a gorgeous man who loves her to death, who comes home and just adores her, who handles the man of the house. I mean, makes a good living, well-dressed, good-looking. She has a beautiful life. some people are envious of that.
And they want to tear you down. Did you ever think that was the
I
reason?
never thought that because everybody. No,
Siggy doesn't think that way because she's not.
I don't think that
she's
way
not,
because
yeah.
everybody has great, like everybody that at the table has. You know, to me, I could not. If I see two people fighting, the first thing I do is, and you've seen it last season.
You want to diffuse it.
If you didn't see it last season, then you know me from my life. If my friends are fighting, if you're fighting, I'd be like, Becky, Dolores didn't mean that. Dolores loves you. Come on. I couldn't believe that I'm getting this from.
You did look like you were kind of shocked when this was going on.
Shocked? I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking
shocked.
there.
I got news for you. She's still shocked.
I am still shocked.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, get over it, but it's playing on TV over and over again. How am I getting over it?
I know, every time I turn on Bravo,
they're promoting it 5 times a day. You want me to get over it? Okay, call the network. It's not my fault that it's on, but I was in shock. And having said that, I have to own and take accountability for the things that I did that was wrong. But
what did you really do? I didn't see you do anything bad.
It takes 2 to tango. And some of the things that I did when I hear him and I look back, I'm like, oh, that's so childish. And then I called up my mother and she said, my mother's like, Siggy, I'm proud of you. You stand up.
Yeah.
But I said, Mom, she goes, Siggy, from the time you were born, when I fight with all my heart because I'm passionate. And when you have somebody who is passionate about things, I hold, but that trip was not, I never saw it coming and I was in shock. I'm still a little bit shocked, but now it doesn't affect me because we're no longer filming, so they can't hurt me.
What, Dolores?
Siggy,
Dolores
very hard.
What was that?
She spent a lot of money. She worked very hard to have a beautiful, because she felt so bad for Teresa and Melissa, for not just Teresa, Melissa also, for what they had gone through. It was a long, hard road with their mom. And and Siggy really, really wanted to make it nice. And very, very quickly into the vacation, she saw that, things weren't. This Margaret was trying. She had like an agenda.
I noticed that.
And it just gets worse.
She was trying to take you down.
It gets worse with us, but it's so funny because Teresa and Dolores and I came to Florida 5 months prior to filming, and we went to New York Prime. Mm-hmm. At New York Prime, and Becky, you know this, and you guys know this, it's a restaurant where they have a piano player, and when they play Sweet Caroline, they hand out napkins to everybody in the restaurant, and everybody in the restaurant throws napkins, and everybody, that was, we were dancing on top of, and Teresa would be filming us, and we had the best time there. Mm-hmm. I wanted to share that with everybody because it was such a, it's.
You girls were there that night.
I know, you guys showed up, right? The energy in that restaurant is so amazing that all I wanted to do was, hi, everybody. Oh, my God, thank you for coming tonight. Oh, my God, I can't wait to talk to everybody. And just from there, the attitude and the eye rolling at the table from the very first night, I was like, something is not right here.
Did you see it at the time or when
I didn't? I heard what they were saying. I didn't know what they were saying. But when you're sitting at a table and people are just like, you're talking and they're just like, you know what toot is. You know that there's energy.
Yeah.
When energy is like, oh my God, Siggy, your friends are, oh my God, can you get the napkins? That's, you know when the energy is good. I knew that there was something off at the table, but still, I was still,
you know what it was. Like, it was just not good. Something wasn't right.
Something
didn't feel right.
And a woman's biggest weapon is her gut instincts.
Right? You're right about that.
It's her gut instincts. And I said to myself, I don't know what's going on here. And I remember Margaret was introducing herself and she was, telling everybody that, her cheating scandal in town and going into that she's this, Lily Pulitzer on crack and she's a multimillionaire in her industry. And I'm thinking, I'm saying, I was rolling out the carpet. I'm like, she's Margaret Stewart.
I'm empowering
her.
Margaret. She even said, okay, you opened up, you had an affair, no one's judging you.
Wow.
No, we don't do that.
I said, I'm not judging you for you. I felt like I was so considerate. So that night, then going into the next day and everything that happened, I was like, am I missing? I must not be good at what I do because telling you, I'm owning. I never saw this coming, and I'm a 50-year-old woman. I love what I do.
Siggy, next time you meet that animal, you'll know it.
Ah, that one specific animal.
That one. Well, that type of person.
The type of person.
Personality.
Okay. Yeah, because now that we're not filming and it's over, I'm like
a different person.
Well, Dolores, I think you're right. I think it probably was jealousy because here was Siggy walking into that restaurant. All her friends were there. She was getting a lot of attention. So she probably doesn't realize it, but I think there was a lot of jealousy.
I think it was a jealousy.
Yeah, and then to turn it on me that weekend was all for them. I come to Boca, I'm here right now. I'm doing the same thing that I would have done with them. But it was almost like all this is like showing off for us. I'm like, no, this is actually what I want everybody to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you think that I called up Lori? Lori got a swim instructor.
I know, that was fabulous.
Do you think I did that for me? It was for Teresa because Teresa, doesn't
swim.
So for us to play tennis, Lori got a chef to make us lunch. Was that about me? We weren't going to my book signing event to hear me speak. Like they turned everything like it was all, Siggy Raton. No, I wanted to enjoy Boca Raton with my friends.
Right.
And have a great time. But it is what it is. Lessons learned. And you move on. I just have to say thank the Lord that we're no longer filming. I'm so happy.
Yeah, because...
Listen,
okay,
reunion's coming. Don't get too happy.
Uh-oh.
Well, reunion is a chance for us to all speak our minds and to say what we have to say. And, there's two sides to every story. And, everybody's going to come in with how they feel. And you gotta listen and it's going to be interesting. But I know that I never have to go on a trip anymore. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm still excited. Reunion is one day to sit in, where we're going. And then I'm done. And then I get in the car and then I, get to go back to my life. Once filming was over, I was very relieved because this season it was one after another. But
like you get a little break, then
yeah, they give you a little bit.
They give you a break. Okay, so do you know what's coming up on the episodes? Is it going to
the Boca trip is over, thank God.
Okay,
and for everybody out there that wants Cake Gate to be over, I'm so sorry. We're going to have I think 1 or 2 more episodes about the cake. And what I have to say to that is, thank God we're not discussing sprinkle cookies because sprinkle cookies, I believe, happened in 2010 and it's 2017 and it's brought up every season, like something about sprinkle cookies. But I didn't edit the show. I would.
You don't know.
What am I wearing to the reunion?
Well,
yes.
we got to wrap up here in a couple of minutes. Thank you for calling in, Dolores. You still there?
Nice, Becky. Can't wait to see you on my birthday.
Is the 28th your birthday?
We have to have a cake. Oh,
yeah.
We're going to bring a cake.
I should have said
We're going to go to the same chef and get that cake.
Yes, Jordy from the Boca Hotel and Resort.
December 28th is, yes, we will do that.
We have to have, Becky,
we'll do that.
Oh my God,
we're going to do that. Yes. We're going to film it. Okay, so that's your birthday, Dolores?
We have to do that.
Yeah. All right, December 28th is Dolores' birthday.
I can't believe that just came out.
And that is the big event in Boca Raton.
You better be there.
Huh?
Antonio, where's our new intern? He better be there.
Antonio's coming. Thank you for Antonio, Dolores. I have a new intern, Antonio, and Dolores got him for me, and he is...
That's Dolores.
Fabulous.
People call her all day long. Dolores, I need a dog. Here's a dog. Dolores, I need a house. Take my house. Dolores, I need a child. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so before we go here, it's December 28th, and it's in the Little Theater in Meisner Park. And if you don't live here, you can come in and stay at the brand new Hyatt, which is just a couple blocks away, and spend the weekend. I can get you a special rate too. Contact me on the Becky and Boca show Facebook page. And the show is going to be in this really nice little theater in Meisner Park. It holds 250 people, but we're going to have a nice reception and meet and greet beforehand where everybody can meet Dolores and Siggy. So go to Becky and Boca show Facebook page or MeisnerParkCulturalCenter.com and get your tickets. Okay, thank you for coming, Siggy.
Thank you, Becky.
It's been a lot of fun, and you cleared up a lot of things, and
it is what it is. Yeah. Onto Trattoria.
Trattoria Romano. Okay. Okay, bye-bye, Dolores.
Bye, Dolores. Bye. I love you.
And we'll see everybody next week.
Love you guys. Fine.
You have been watching and listening to The Becky and Boca Show. Tune in every Thursday night at 6 p.m. to discover all the ways to spoil yourself and have a good time in beautiful Boca Raton. See you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily